I did my first author event at Indigo Bookstore in Yorkville in Toronto, so let's talk about what I learned during this event. The cool thing about it was the fact that I was able to talk to the staff, to people who actually sell books for a living, because they actually knew quite a lot of things about the industry that I didn't know, and they were very helpful and very sweet and very kind. When they would come in and check out my coloring book or my graphic novel, they would actually give me advice on where they think would be a great idea to take my books next. They gave me the list of other Indigo bookstores. Some lady actually pointed out which bookstores are the best for consignment and which ones are the best for the author event. They also told me about the comic distributor that they know that I had no idea about. It is a Quebec company and they act both as a publisher and as a distributor, and they work with other big distributors like Macmillan. So that lady strongly suggested that I submit my comic to this publisher slash distributor, which I did, and we're gonna talk about this next. But also the most interesting part, like at least for me, the most eye-opening part was something that the manager told me. Store seemed to have like two types of manager. There was a book manager who I guess manages the books, and this guy was a total geek. I absolutely love him. He was generally this kind of person who loves books, who is interested in books, who is curious about books. He was looking at my comic, looking at everything. So it was really awesome. Another manager was more of like a people manager, and I think he was the one making more of like executive decisions about like business things. And this is the one I was initially talking to set up this whole event with. This guy was more pragmatic, so he actually spoke my corporate language. So I actually asked him, what do I need to do to get my book into the bookstore like kind of permanently? Because this is the event. I was only selling my books during the event. Once I leave, I have to take my books with me. So the books will not be staying in the store. And I was asking, what do I need to do to keep my books in the store available for purchase in the store? He basically said, unfortunately, nothing. To which I said, I know what game you're playing, so let me know how many books I need to sell today to convince you that you need to take my books into the store. To which he said, unfortunately, it still doesn't matter. He was very polite about this, and I actually appreciate it for like business reasons. He said that the books typically don't sell as well if the author is not present and educating people about the books. He said that when people go to the bookstore, they usually already know everything they need to know about the books they want to buy. So they just come in, see the book they recognize from like TikTok or from internet, and they buy this book. He said that most customers are not coming in to learn about new books. Most of them already know what they want. If they see the cover they recognize, they get it. But because I don't know when to quit, I asked him one last thing. I asked him, if I can do this thing, will you allow my books to be into the store available for sale without me? And he said yes. And I'm gonna tell you what that is in the next video.